Hi guys, it's me, Nana, and here we are. I kind of just ran out of steam on this one. It's a long one, and it's going to be going and going and going. So I thought I'd go ahead and put it up for you and show you what I did. Now these tags I made by myself, and I did a bad job. It's the first time I've ever made them. If you decide that you'd like to do something like this, you just have to mat these on a little bit stronger. Like I should have put them on some chipboard and strengthened it. But I really just wanted token tags on this because I like what it says. Be the light. And you can hardly see it anymore, but for me, it has great meaning. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. And for my peace of mind right now, this is very helpful to me. And life is about the little moments. Like this is a little moment, but it's a big moment. And I hid my little sheep there just because. And that's just for me. I thought it'd be cute. So anyway, so this is my book. It's not the best. It's just one of those things, if you're in the mood and you want to do something creative, it's quick, it's easy, and all you got to do is cut paper. So there we go. We're cutting paper. I'm going to put some more things in here, but I could be with you here for hour upon hour upon hour. So I thought I'd go ahead and just give you what I have for now. And this is a tag. It's for writing notes. Writing something, and I have some tough times coming ahead of me, and I thought this is what I need. I need something to remind me that when it's good, and I know where my strength comes from. So this is something that I will probably mostly journal on, but also print pictures and put real life ideas in. So that's my first page, and then this is, I love this one. It just came out perfect. So again, you know that I have my little pockets all over the place. You never know what I'm going to put inside there. Again, it's just for journaling. It's just for whatever's on my mind at the moment. And of course, you know, I have a matching tag here. Again, somewhere I can write, put a picture in, do whatever. Get me out and get me in here. So there we go. Another one. I love this one too. Again, I made a tag. I tried to make it matchy with the colors, but I just love this. This is adorable. And black is always dramatic, right? And I have some areas here again that I can just stick things in. Let me show you. See? Just stick things in here. And again, it's a matchy kind of thing, but they complement each other. So I can put things in here, hide it or not. Put my little tag in there. And then, again, I have a little place here. Overkill, but it's okay. It's okay. And it says, the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. I think it's love the Lord your God. Jesus is so cool. Jesus loves me. I think this is just another something to inspire. This I love. I love this sunshine. This reminds me of New Mexico when I visit my daughter when she used to live there. And I put a little strip right here. So you can just, you don't have to go normal. You can do things any way you want to. Like if I get something that I just have to keep, I don't want to lose, I can just stick it right in there. See that? Just stick it right in there and it's not going to go anywhere. And here I have this. Just for whatever. And then you even have here. Oop, that's too big. Let's see, I even have here, right here. This is also a pocket. Oop, that's not going to work there on that side. I'd have to cut it down. There we go. You have an inner pocket right here. And you can put anything you want. See how that works? You can just put it in there. And you can journal or whatever. Make it a little bit smaller. There you go. See? You can hide things in there. No one will ever know. But I have a nice little thing here as well. Again, you can put anything you want right there. Anything. It can be another tag. Why not? Put a tag right there. See? It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay right there. I love that. It's just a nice little fun thing to do and to have or to give. When I was making it, to be honest with you, I was thinking of my granddaughter the whole time. This was a little too short. Well, you'll see, I don't know if I showed you, but this was a mess up. I messed up. This was too small. And I thought, you know what? It's never a mess up. We'll just add this. And it all ties together. And I have a nice little bow because I have typewriter here and typewriter there. Yes, I've lost my mind. Isn't that cute? And then I made it double here. and just tied them together, see? Just tied it together, make everything matchy-matchy to a degree, right? And again, you still have the pockets in here. You can put all kinds of stuff in. And then this one, again, this was a mess up. This is my least favorite. My least favorite. I do not like this one, but it's okay. It's all right. I like it. So there it is. If you want to see how to make it, I did leave it in the back. And you can watch it or not. But if you're interested in making them, they're so easy. If you have any questions, just let me know. See that little thing? Isn't it adorable? And I have a little matchy little thing. Again, I can write if I want or not. Or just have it because it's so cute. And this one, find joy in all things. This was a 12 by 12 piece of paper. And I took what I wanted out of it. You are my strength. This was part of it. And I just cut it to my specification for this, so I would remember. And then there's this another part of the same sheet, and I said, find joy in all things. I thought, oh, that's really inspiring. And this is actually the back side of that. And then again, my typewriter paper, but this is supposed to be the galaxies, right? So I made a galaxy notepad right there, or tag. And this is just black on the tag, and I cut around it, see? And then I put this just to be a little decorative because we already have the black and everything, so kind of matchy. Again, just some fun stuff. And here it says, you are the center of my universe. Again, this is a 12 by 12 sheet of paper that I cut to my specification. Uh-oh, got some extra glue over there. There's where I go. There you go. I can put anything I want in there, or not. Isn't that cute? I think it's adorable. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So this is the last sheet. Forever and ever, amen. The secret is to believe. Couldn't get it all on there, but I wanted this part on there. And it's just a little, I forgot to show you these. There's a little pocket right here too. So you could actually put something in right like that. Same here on all of them. They all have that little pocket right there. See that? Isn't that fun? I mean, it's just for fun, guys. This is just a fun thing to make. You get better as you go along. I'm horrible at it, but it gave me so much pleasure. You push this up here, and then you have a little, where'd it go? I lost it. It's gone. This one doesn't have one anymore. I don't know how that happened. Now, that's a Lucy moment. That is definitely I Love Lucy moment. If you know what I'm talking about, then we're in the same grade. Okay, so that's that. Do we still have a pocket here? Yep, still have my pocket on this side anyway. And this one still have a pocket. And no pocket there. Couldn't have one there. But anyway, that's it. I did not decorate the back yet. I have a sheet like this, but I thought, you know, like I said, I could keep you guys here all day long. So this is it. How I made it is on the back end if you want to see that. Otherwise, this is a hot mess and I love it. The more hot mess it is, the better it is. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspires you to maybe think about inspiring yourself every day. And that's what this is going to be for me over the next few weeks. And I'll show you how I grow with it. Okay? So until next time, thank you for watching. And again, if you're interested, just keep watching and you'll see the hot mess it was that I used to make this thing. It's called a mini album, by the way. Not the best you'll ever see on YouTube. In fact, probably one of the worst. But I made it and I enjoyed it and I thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to hit that like button if you did like it, or that, that thumbs up thing. It just tells me I'm on the right track. Thanks so much. Talk to you guys later. Bye for now.
Hi guys, it's me, Nana. And yes, this is a Dollar Tree Big Yellow Mini Album. But first, we have to have paper. This is my Bow Bunny packet. I'm not even sure what the name of this packet is, other than to say I purchased it because it had all the things I'd hoped for, and that is very enlightening, very uplifting messages. Not necessarily religious. It wasn't my intention to go religious, but the papers themselves are quite spiritual. And at this time in my life, in this juncture of things, it's very important to me, as it always has been. But it's also helpful that I have this new passion, and that is for creation. And where do we get our creation but from the spiritual? So here I have a bag of 10 yellow lunch bags. They're really treat bags, right? They're not really lunch bags. They're a little long to make an album for, so we're going to have to cut it down. And the standard size that I've seen, this is a template that I got off YouTube from my sister Scrapper. Her name is Ginger, I believe. I'll put a link in the description. But this is her template, basically. I did a few changes, which I probably shouldn't have, because all I did was I just watched the beginning, and I didn't watch any follow-up videos. So I just kind of made the page as she showed me how to. And that is where I'm showing you here. See this little end of the bag? We have to cut a little slit at the very side, the far right side, and it got cut off, but basically we're just cutting up to where that area starts, where the flap is. So we're going to just take that little sliver, as small a sliver as you can, to create this pocket. And you'll see why later. It'll all be clear. So she had us cut this little tiny sliver here. So you have a tiny little pocket for a little tag. And each part of the bag has a use, like that's a gusset, and we'll use it as a binding mechanism later on to put all the pieces together. And also we're going to glue that little tab so that we have a nice little pocket. This thing is all about pockets. Pockets and flaps and tags and secret places to write and little places to tuck things into. And now this you shouldn't do. I did this because it's the template. She showed us how to make the template, so I went ahead and created each one the same, each page the same. But I would have been better served to wait until the end. And I found out at the end. So here I have some extra stuff that I just have laying around in my stash that I'm going to incorporate with my Bo Bunny papers. And these are some paper packs that I got from one of those online specials, everyday specials. They had these also religious papers. Can't remember the name of it, but I'll put a link in the bottom. It's just one of those things where they offer you something, it's a one-time deal, and when it's sold out, it's gone. It's somebody's excess and you get to purchase it, which was great for me. So what I'm going to do is create some flaps, but I wanted to do decorative flaps. You know, I've got to do it all hard, right? I got to make it hard because, you know, that's the only way to do it. So anyway, I cut these flaps the exact size of my bag, which I made them 7.5 inches. And this is, excuse me, no, that is 8.5 inches. Each bag is 8.5 inches long. And then that tab, that flap that you see is 6 inches by 4.5 plus another half. So it's by 5 because you make a flap, which is 1/2 inch. There it is. So it's just enough to cover the end of the bag. And the tag area is 2.5. Now these are some dies that I got from Anna Griffin. And like I said, you want to use the stuff that you have. And I wanted to get nice and elaborate. So I'm creating 4 flaps that are just that. They're going to be very girly girl. They're going to be very lacy because sometimes I like to be girly girl. And so since I'm making this for me, which I don't normally make things for myself, so this is going to be kind of a labor of love. And I made a little flap. Isn't that cute? Isn't that just adorable? Oh yes. Oh yes. It's exactly what I wanted. So as you can see, we're just creating flaps. This is another one. It's a different design. There were 4 designs, so I thought I'd go ahead and use all of them. This one is roses, and I'm using my pokey tool finally. I found it. And there's another one. There are 4 of them. Isn't that adorable? If you got it, use it. If you don't, hey, no problem. I make plain flaps as well. Now, this is the outer cover of the book, and I just happen to have some chipboard. Again, I'm not giving you any dimensions really here because this bag is from Dollar Tree. Your bag may not be from Dollar Tree. All of them are different. In fact, the thing I wanted to do with these bags, I couldn't do. I bought 10 bags of bags. So I have 100 bags in my house, and I can't use them in the way that they were intended because they are made differently. So I had to search and search and search on YouTube, and here it is. So anyway, you cut a piece of paper exactly 1/2 inch larger than each area of your book. So my book cover is 1/2 inch larger than the bag, and the black cover is 1/2 inch larger all the way around. So then you have a 1/4 inch round. So anyway, you just have to have this flap here. And it's 1/2 inch. It's supposed to be it doesn't look like 1/2 inch, but it's supposed to be 1/2 inch larger than the cover itself. And then you cut a little notch on each corner without touching the corner of the chipboard. You see how that is? So it's 1/2 inch larger than whatever size your bag is, and then 1/2 inch larger than the chipboard that you're going to use. And before you do what I'm doing right now, you cut a notch on each corner. And then you just kind of bend it over, and really good with a nice, good bone folder, you want to press that down. Now you see how I'm putting down the corners? So I'm covering the little edge. Now, if you have something poking through, and this is why black is so good to use, if you have any chipboard poking through, all you have to do is get a black Sharpie, and it will cover anything that's showing. So this is foolproof. Trust me, foolproof. But as you can see, I am putting a lot of effort into it, only because I want it flat, I don't want any bubbles, and I want it to look as professional as possible, because I know by the time I'm done, this is going to be one hot mess. But it's okay. So anyway, I'm going to be doing a lot of this back and forth kind of measuring, making sure that everything is in its place and the way that it's supposed to be. But the main idea here is to keep everything straight. If you keep everything straight, it will treat you well. So right now, I'm just kind of figuring out what pages I want to have the frilly. So it'll be every other page. And by the way, so I have 8 bags. I'm going to have 16 pages. This is a lot, guys. I've never done anything this big. But I thought, go big or go home, and my dad's from Texas, so we're going to go big. So there we have it. I'm double checking and double checking again. And now I'm going to cover the inside. This paper I fell in love with, that pattern. But unfortunately, I fell in love with the pattern on the other side too. And as you can see, I did use this paper one time before when I made my little pig thing for my kitchen, because I just love this paper. It's just so beautiful. So anyway, let me see. Okay, so let me see where I am again. All right, so this is going to be the other side of the inside flap. And I do have a specific piece on the other side that I'm trying to save. And that's it right there. See, I had to cut that. I had to make sure that I could get those pieces because it's my last chance. And I love those tags. And this is, of course, a mini album. So it's all about tags and flaps. So you can understand the importance of it. Now, when it comes to putting the papers on the inside, you can measure. Of course you can. But I'm telling you, from experience, try not to do that. Just place the paper on top of the sheet that you want to use, and then make your little pencil marks. I've tried and tried and tried and tried just measuring, and for some reason, some cutters aren't as straight as you think that they are, so sometimes it's best to just do that old notch, and it works every time. Also, when it comes to creating the flaps, for some reason, some are larger and some are smaller. So you want to measure each one individually rather than trying to make all of them at once, because they're not all going to be the 6 by 4.5. They're going to be just a little short for some reason, whatever. Now, these are my leftover stubs, and I'm just going to make them work because I want them to match my flaps. Now, as you can see here again, this is the outside cover. And again, I'm just putting a pencil notch where to cut. And that is always better than measuring. I don't know why. Maybe I just don't know how to measure. And maybe remove those pencil marks as well. So anyway, this is just going to reinforce the outer book cover or album cover. And it's by no means the end of the road. It's just one layer. And I'm going to be putting another layer, which would be my actual cover sheet. But this is just to pull everything together and have a matted look. Now, I'm going to use this. You do not have to do this, by the way we're making the book. I'm just putting it in there because I always have. I just put something in there to kind of hide the binding on the inside. And I love this because it's kind of nondescript. You won't even know that it's there. But I have to put it underneath the top layer. Now, you can see this is the top of the album. And I'm going to keep it straight, and then I'm going to put the ribbon, which is what that is, the binding mechanism, the ribbon on top, reinforce it with a little bit of glue, and then put on top of that the little yellow cardstock that I created for the layer. So there you have it. It's just going to very carefully hold everything in place. And I'm really giving it a workover with the brayer to make sure I don't have any bubbles and to make sure that everything will stick down nice and tight. So here, what I'm making these in advance, and these are your binding mechanisms for each page. And the way that I did it is a little unorthodox. I measured the flap tag that it's going to be on, and then I gave it 1/4 of an inch extra. So what I did is I made a 5 1/4 square, 5 1/4 binding mechanism, and then I just scored it at 2.5, scored it at 2.5, and then I had my 1/4 inch growth pattern. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm giving myself room to grow. So the binding mechanism will help the actual book expand, because once we start putting all that stuff in there. So okay, I'm just putting it on top of the back flap and then on the top of the side flap. So there you have it. They're kind of stuck together, but one on top of the other. You see? There you go. One on the front and one on the back. And it has an extra 1/4 of an inch for growth as I fill it in and, start putting the papers and the tags and the flaps and the goodness knows what I'm going to put in there. So now we have 2, there you go, see? You have 2 sets. Well, there'll be 4 in the end. I'm sorry, there's 2 in each set with 4 sets. You get it? And then we're going to put the sets together. I think they're called signatures. Yeah, they're called signatures. But you just, you put them together, and then once you have them together, then you put those together with each other, and then they're all together at once. So here is 1-inch strips of paper by the actual 4.5, which is the width of the bag. And I'm creating a binding mechanism for the last step in putting them together. But as I got to that spot, I realized, yes, I'm making many of the binders, but I think I jumped the gun. It's a little too soon. So we're going to get these ready, but we're just going to set them aside because we're not really ready to put everything together. We have to do the cover. So doing the cover, it was a no-brainer for me. I wanted the sun. I wanted the blue. I love how this blue and yellow, it's very French, right? It's not really French blue and yellow, but, if you look at some French homes, they have the French blue and yellow, and it looks very distinguished. But for some reason, I just wanted this sun. I wanted the sun on there, and I wanted the message that it gives you. Now, this is the tag that I want, be joyful. It's just kind of my motto. I want to be joyful in everything that I do. I want to spread joy. I want to be in prayer. I want others around me to know that I care. And that's what this tag is. That's what this whole book is about. It's about being joyful, being patient. No matter what is thrown at you, you can do it. You can do anything. So this is something which is a labor of love. When I do my mini albums, I rarely ever show anyone. In fact, this is the first one I've done to this degree and shown it. So I guess I'm growing. Now, I wanted to decorate this. Before I do, I just didn't know, did I want to put a ribbon down there and tie it? Did I want to have a tying mechanism? Or do I just want to leave it open? So I decided I would just leave it open. You can see my phone up there. I'm watching usually I watch a movie while I'm doing my crafting. It's kind of my companion. So you can see my commercial. Anyway, I'm putting this tag on here and I'm trying to decide. I want to hide my little lamb back there. So I've decided on a way to put everything on there that I want. So before I get to that, I'm going to go ahead and start binding everything together. We're back to where we started before I wanted to decorate the cover. So I made a few extra binding mechanisms for the outer flaps, which I neglected to do a while ago. So this, I just made a 1.5 inch sheet of paper by the 4.5, and then there you go. I just taped it on with some double-sided tape, very strong double-sided tape, onto the inside outer cover. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the inside top cover. So the other one was the bottom, and this is the top. So it's actually 3 inches folded in half. I put some tape on that, and now I'm just going to line it up. And believe me, that double-sided tape is going to hold that top cover on there without any problem. And later on, it's just going to meld in because all the colors are the same. You're not even going to notice that it's there. But I'm going to be decorating it to the point where you really won't see it anyway. Now, here is my idea. I have some rings. They're Tim Holtz rings, and I want to put my tags on there. And I intend on putting even more tags as we go along. So I decided I would pop up my lamb just a little bit. He's not really there to be seen. He's just my little special lamb. And here's my little tag. From here on out, we're really just going to concentrate on the decorating. So I'm going to leave you and let you just enjoy it. If you have any questions, just put them in the description box or email me. I know I'm going to be putting together a preview of the mini album, and I'll put that at the beginning of this, so you will have already seen it. But just know that everything that I'm doing is with purpose. Nothing is random here. Everything has a meaning to me, especially. Again, I've never made myself anything, but this is always a first for something, right? So I hope you enjoy it. I hope it inspires you. I hope it makes you think inward and outward, because once we look within, it's much easier to look outside. So that's pretty much it. I'm just putting this together in the fashion of so many other mini albums available on YouTube, the tutorials and things. But for me, this one is a labor of love. It's a labor of intensity because there's so much behind it. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will stick around and see you at the end of the video. Bye for now. I wanted to jump in here as a final thought. This was my least favorite grouping, shall we call it? And as you can see, I think I'm probably just running out of ideas, and I'm running out of papers that will match. And I tried to match them up, and for some reason, this one, I blew it totally. But the reason I jumped in is to let you know that, hey, even if it's not to the best of what you think you want, once you've put that effort into it, once you've put that time, it doesn't matter anymore. Because the only thing that matters is that you had fun, and that someday you'll look back and you'll remember why you did what you did. So until next time, guys, I do have a couple of other things that I'm going to be sending out into the universe, the YouTube universe. But for now, thank you again, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.